Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name is John Watts. I'm a consumer protection lawyer, and we'll talk today about why do debt collectors just absolutely hate marking your account as disputed on your credit report. Well, we'll talk about what that means, why they hate doing it, and what you can do when they violate the law. So here, let me sort of set the stage. When you tell a debt collector, it could be verbally, it could be in writing, it could be by email, whatever it is. If you communicate somehow to the debt collector that you dispute the debt, and that does not have to be specific, it can be just very general. Hey, I dispute owing any debt with your company. And assuming that it's a debt covered by the FDCPA, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, then that debt collector, when it updates your credit reporting, and typically they do that once a month, they have to show it as being disputed. It'll say something like consumer disputes. Now, why do they hate doing that? Because a lot of the scoring models with FICO, which is the dominant scoring model, Vantage, so these scoring models a lot of times will just absolutely ignore a disputed collection account because they understand that there's so many errors in collection accounts, and collection accounts can be so devastating to you. I mean, they can drive your score down, 60 points, 100 points or more. And it may be something that you absolutely do not owe. And it's just because these guys are incompetent, these debt collectors. And so a lot of the scoring models, if it's disputed, they just ignore it. It plays no part in your score. Now, it may play a part in what's called underwriting. So you're trying to get a mortgage loan or a car loan, and somebody may look beyond the score to see if you qualify and say, hey, wait a minute, what about this collection account? But that's the reason the debt collectors hate to mark your account as disputed, because it kind of takes the leverage away. In other words, you've got this collection account that's just cratered your score. Even if you don't owe it, you may call them and pay just to get it off your report. And we've seen collectors that do that. They're like, yeah, we know this is not your account, but we also know you're trying to get a mortgage, and you will pay us $1,000 or $5,000 so that you can get your mortgage. So it's just extortion. Okay. So that's why they hate to mark it as disputed, because it takes away their leverage. So if you've disputed an account, and after you dispute, then the collector updates your report. So you look at your credit reports, go to annualcreditreport.com. It'll show in there date updated. And so let's say that you send a letter, they get it by certified mail on September 1st. And then September 20th, you pull your credit reports and it says updated September 20th. And it does not show it as being disputed. That's a problem for that debt collector. And particularly if you go more than one cycle. Okay, so they get the letter on September 1st. And then October 20th, you pull your credit report and it says updated October 20th. And it does not show it as disputed. If the FDCPA, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, applies, then I would definitely look at suing that debt collector for violating the FDCPA. So what section is it? Well, specifically, and it may be more than this, but specifically, it would be section 1692E8. So we've done a whole series of videos on every section of the FDCPA. So we have section F is for unfair conduct. Section D is for harassing conduct. Well, what's section E? That's for conduct that is deceptive, that is misleading. And then we're given examples. All these little subsections are just examples. Well, subsection E8 says that if a debt collector knows or should know that the credit reporting is false, then that's a violation of the FDCPA. But it specifically says if the debt collector does not mark it as being disputed, then that violates section E8. So you can sue them for this. And we have filed a bunch of these lawsuits. Now, everything's relative. These are not big lawsuits, okay? Assuming the debt collector has the good sense to go, you know what? I got caught. I'm playing crooked here. I got caught. I got to pay some money. Well, then they can settle these things for relatively modest sums of money, okay? Maybe they're paying $5,000 that they just immediately come in and say, okay, we want to fix this. And my rule is you got to delete it off the credit report and you have to pay money. So maybe they're paying $5,000, $7,500, $10,000. Now, if they want to be idiots and fight this, we may get to trial and have $100,000 in attorney's fees that they're on the hook for. But usually they're pretty smart, okay? Even though they're crooked, they're smart when they get caught and they say, okay, let's make this thing go away. So definitely it's worth your time to look at this and pursue it. Here's some suggestions. Make sure that you can clearly and absolutely document that you did dispute this debt, okay? So that's why I always say to people, be careful if you're doing a dispute letter and you want to write in exactly the account number. Because what if you transpose two numbers, okay? It's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you write 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6. Well, the debt collector can go, well, we had no idea which account you're talking. It's a bogus argument, but don't give them that argument, okay? So if you do it in writing, just say, I dispute any debt that you have with me. If you call them on the phone, say, I'm disputing any and every debt that you have on me. Make it very clear. Document. So do you have certified mail? Do you have an email that they responded to? Because otherwise they say, I didn't get it. So if you send a regular letter, they say, I never got the regular letter. So can you prove that they received the certified mail, the email, the fax? Did they respond to it? If it's a phone call, do you have the phone call recorded? Do you have it documented? In other words, you want to be able to clearly show that you did dispute it and the exact date and time you disputed. And then you want to be able to show on your credit report that after that, it has to be after that according to most courts. So you dispute it here, then after that, the debt collector updates your credit reporting and it does not show. So again, this is not the time to sort of go, well, I think on my Credit Karma it shows some. Pull your real reports, annualcreditreport.com, print or save those to PDF, and you want to look. And if you have any trouble with this, you can reach out to me, get with a consumer lawyer that knows what they're doing about suing under the FDCPA, the FCRA, Fair Credit Reporting Act, dealing with debt collectors, and have that lawyer look at it so that you can make absolutely sure you can prove, hey, I disputed this. Hey, they updated it after I disputed it, and they do not show it as being disputed. So now, can I sue for money damages? And that'll be a great thing if you can do that, because the more people that do this, eventually it'll get through the heads of these debt collectors and through the accountants and all those who are running the numbers, where they say, should we mark it as disputed or should we not? Well, we make more money if we don't mark it as disputed. Well, the more that they get sued, the more they have to pay out money. Eventually they'll go, you know what? It's more expensive to break the law than to follow the law. And that's when change will happen. Okay, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.